Hi everyone. Already we started the topic sound. Already part 1 completed. Now we are going to part 2. So till now if you didn't subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching. Here sound. So sound part 2. Here units of intensity of sound. We are speaking out and with different sounds we are listening every day. So how can we measure the sound intensity? So units of intensity of sound is decibel. dB denoted by small d capital B. Decibel. So this decibel is this unit we have given just comes after the name of Alexander Graham Bell. He makes more experiments on sound. That's why after his name we gave a unit for sound decibel. Alexander Graham Bell, and this is decibel. Next, the sound nearer to total silence, pin drop silence, that is 0 decibel. So to this 0 decibel, if you increase 10 times more powerful, to this 0 decibel, 10 times more powerful sound is called as 10 decibel. This is also important, you have to listen here. 100 times more powerful is 20 decibel, not 100. 10 times more powerful, 10. 100 times powerful is 20. 1000 times powerful is 30 decibel. Next here, a whisper. Whisper means gusa gusa. Silent. What is it? So that whisper is 15 decibel. Normal conversation. Normally conversing. How are you? What are you doing? Like that. Normal conversation is 60 decibel. Next, a lawn mower. It produces 90 decibel sound. Car horn 110 decibel sound. Jet engine 120 decibel sound, and gunshot or firecracker it produces 140 decibel sound. So from this I have a question. Normal conversation, how many times powerful than total silence? Normal conversation, how many times powerful than total silence? How many times? 10 times means 10. 100 times is 20. 1000 times is 30. 60 means, here 30 means we have 3 zeros. 20 means we have 2 zeros. 10 means we have 1 zero. 60 means we should have 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros and 1. So this become 10 lakhs times. So normal conversation is 10 lakhs times powerful than total silence, nearer to total silence. Next, again they may ask like this question. Normal conversation, lawnmower sound is how many times powerful than normal conversation? Here you can observe 60 to 90 means 70, 80, 90. 30 is more. 30, it is more by 30 decibel. 30 decibel means 3 zeros we should write. So 1000 times. Lawnmower sound 1000 times more powerful than normal conversation. So if we continuously hear greater than 80 decibel sound, that is physically painful for us. So ears get pain if we listen continuously more than 80 decibel sound. So we get ear pains. Next, sound pollution. Sound pollution means just unwanted sound. What is unwanted sound? Car horns, engines, in our houses, mixer, grinders, TV sounds, music player sounds. All these are unwanted sounds causes sound pollution. Due to this sound pollution, we get sleeplessness, health problems, sleeplessness, hypertension, increase in BP, blood pressure also increases due to this sound pollution. So that's why in aircrafts, aircrafts who are working, those should use ear plugs. Otherwise, they always continuously they hear more amount of sounds, 110 decibel, 120 decibels of sounds they hear. Na? That's why they may get ear problems and they may lose their ears. That's why they have to use ear plugs. Next, how can we control this sound pollution? So we have to attach silencer to bikes. Compulsory we have to attach silencers to bikes, and we have to buy machines with less noise. Whatever the machines, those should manufacture with less noise. and we have to plant trees also. These trees also reduce the sound pollution. And whenever you are watching TV or listening to some music, you have to reduce sound. Then we can control sound pollution. So in our state, if you take Ghantasala Venkateshwar Rao, Ghantasala Venkateshwar Rao is great playback singer. He sing more than 10,000 songs in Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada. He is very great singer. And next we have to know about M.S. Subbalakshmi. So M.S. Subbalakshmi is also famous singer in Carnatic music. So that next scientists have a doubt how sound propagates in air. Sound propagates in air, but how it propagates? So first Pythagoras told that to and fro motion of air particles, to and fro motion, to and fro, munduku venakaki means simply this is a vibration. So from its mean point it moves to and fro, simply like a vibration. So particles, air particles, when I am producing sound, this sound produces compress on the air particles. These air particles compressed and pushes the next air particles. These air particles next pushes the next air particle, next air particles. Like that sound come to your ear. So that told by Pythagoras. A tuning fork. This is the instrument, U-shaped instrument with a hold like this. That is tuning fork. That tuning fork is invented by John Shurey. He is a musician. So by using that tuning fork, they may invented so many musicians invented different musical instruments. So sound, how sound travel? Here you observe. Here someone is producing sound, some tabla or something. Someone is producing sound. When they are producing sound, the air which is nearer to the tabla membrane, the total due to vibrations, when the tabla membrane or whenever the air coming out of from my mouth, that air compress the air which is in front of my mouth. When it compresses, the air particles become nearer to one another. Here you can observe these lines are very nearer to one another, and after that, after few seconds only, not only second, fraction of second, here you can observe, here lines become normal and this compression moves forward. And next if you observe, here totally normal, the distance between particles increased, air particles, here normal, and here compression is more, means from here to here, here to here, next here to here, like this compression moves. Compression moves means only the disturbance moves, disturbance of our sound. Our sound produces vibration, to and fro motion, simply. So this air pushes, that's it, and it comes back. Next this air pushes it and it comes back. This air cannot go move front. Air cannot go move front. Just it pushes the next air, and that next air pushes the next air. That's it. So wherever the density of these air particles is more, that is called as compression. Compression. And where the air particles density is less, here normal, here normal, here normal. But here density is very less. That part is called as rarefaction. So from this we can show that sound propagates as a wave. Sound propagates as a wave. Compressions and rarefactions. Next, types of waves. So we have two types of waves: longitudinal waves, transverse waves. So for this longitudinal waves, to explain this, just we have to take a slinky. So this is like a spring. Just a spring placed on a surface like this. Place on a surface and push from this side and pull from this side and pull also from this side. Both you and your friend try to pull this from the two sides. Then air disturbed in this manner. When you are pulling from these two sides, air disturbs in this direction, and the sound wave produced also moves in this direction, and sound wave produced and this spring air particles disturbance and sound wave both are in the same direction, then this is called as longitudinal waves. Same that slinky, just hang to a hanger like this, just from this here, just move it as a to and fro like this, just move it like this, to and fro like this, then you can observe air particles disturbs in this direction and in this direction. Air particles disturbs in this direction and in this direction, but you can observe this spring, in this spring you can observe disturbance goes up, means the spring looks like moving up. Why? Because the sound produced in this from this slinky is in this direction. So air particles disturbance is in this direction and sound produced is in this direction. So these two are perpendicular. When sound produced, sound waves and air particles disturbance, these two are in perpendicular direction, then we can say this is transverse waves. So sound produced by us is longitudinal or transverse waves? That is longitudinal waves. Why? Because when I am speaking, the sound propagates in this direction and air particles disturbance is also in this direction. So same sound waves produced by us is longitudinal waves. Next, characteristics of sound wave. Characteristics of sound waves are 4. Wavelength, amplitude, frequency and time period both comes under one. And next, wave speed. Here first go for wavelength. Wavelength means these compressions and rarefractions I have written as a wave. Compression means more density. Rarefaction means less density. Again compression, more density, less density, more density, less density. So by taking x-axis position on x-axis and density on y-axis, you can get this graph. So this is like a wave. So these two density, when its density is more, means this maximum point is called as crests. Crests. And these minimum points where density is less, these minimum points of density are called as troughs. Troughs. Then the distance between two successive crests is called as wavelength. Distance between two successive crests or distance between two successive troughs is called as wavelength. Wavelength is denoted by lambda. Wavelength units, lambda automatically it is distance, na? So units meter, centimeter, or very small waves we take it as angstrom also. Angstrom. Next we have amplitude. Amplitude means maximum displacement in a wave is called as from its mean position. Maximum displacement from its mean position is called as amplitude. So here the distance from mean position to maximum, or distance from here maximum, this is also maximum. So maximum disturbance, maximum displacement is called as amplitude. So this amplitude we may depend on different terms. Density, so it may depend on amplitude, may depend on density. If air particles are very close to one another, that is called density. Next, pressure. If pressure is more, then amplitude also more. By depending on displacement, how much to motion and fro motion, to motion, fro motion. Depending on that, these three also we can conclude amplitude. If we conclude amplitude by using density, then amplitude units kg per meter cube. If you conclude amplitude with pressure, units Pascal. If you conclude amplitude with displacement, units meter. Why? Because displacement means distance only. So meter, like this. In these three ways we can conclude amplitude. Next, frequency and time period. So time period means time taken to pass a wave oscillation. Wave means We have to take one crest and one trough. With these two combinedly called as one oscillation. So, time taken to move one oscillation is called as its time period. Next, frequency means number of oscillations crossing through a point in unit time is called as frequency. Number of oscillations means if you are observing this point, so how many oscillations means how many waves are crossing through this point. So number of waves crossing through this point in unit time means in 1 second. In unit time, that is called as frequency. So frequency is denoted by nu, time period is denoted by t. Then automatically we can write t is equal to, nu is equal to, nu, this is nu is equal to 1 by t. Next term, frequency units are hertz. Hertz. Already I told hertz is the scientist name who made more inventions on this sound. That's why we use his name. After his name, we used units for frequencies. Hertz. Next, time. Time period means time only, na? Time taken to one oscillation. So, time. So, simply time period units second. Next, wave speed. Wave speed denoted by V. So, wave speed means we know what is a bike speed, distance per time. That is only called as wave speed. So, bike speed. Same wave speed is also same. Distance in unit time. How much distance one oscillation, how much distance travelled in unit time is called as wave speed. V is equal to lambda by T. Wavelength per time period. But we know 1 by T is equal to nu. So, except that 1 by T I am writing nu T. V is equal to nu lambda. Sound travels 4.3 times faster in water than in air and 15 times faster in iron than in air, and in dry air speed of sound is 343.2 meter per second. Means if you tell that in kilometer per hour, 1236 kilometers per hour. Means if you tell in seconds, 1 kilometer in 3 seconds. So sound can travel in dry air. In 3 seconds, it can travel to 1 kilometer. So depending on this, you may have some questions. So after flashing on a sky, you heard thunderstorm sound after 3 seconds. You heard thunderstorm sound after 3 seconds of flashing. Means whenever you see that flash in the sky, after 3 seconds, you heard the sound. First you have seen flash, after 3 seconds, you have heard sound. Then what is the distance between flash to our earth? What is the distance? Here we can say that 3 seconds in 1 kilometer. Sound travelled from sky to earth. It takes 3 seconds time. So when it takes 3 seconds time, the distance between that flash and this earth is 1 kilometer. If it takes 6 seconds, it is 2 kilometers. Like that, we can conclude. To distinguish a music note from other music note. How can we distinguish two music notes from one another? So, we have three characteristics. One pitch, second one loudness, and third one is quality. So, first one pitch. Already we discussed this about in first video. Pitch means shrillness is called as pitch. Shrillness, when frequency is more, shrillness is also more. This is the wave, and we have another wave. This is the wave. So you can observe the difference between these two. Here frequency is more, high frequency. Here less frequency. When frequency is more, pitch is more. When frequency is less, pitch is less. So this pitch, how much pitch it has, that musical note. So we can distinguish by using this pitch. Next, loudness. Loudness depends on amplitude. If you take this, so amplitude means maximum displacement. So what is the maximum displacement here? So if amplitude is more, loudness is also more. If amplitude is less, loudness is also less. So by depending on that amplitude, we can say about loudness and quality. Whenever pitch and loudness both are same for two musical notes, depending on their quality also, we can distinguish two musical notes. How quality they have, which one is, both may have same pitch, same loudness, but what is their quality? Depending on their quality also, we can distinguish two musical notes. So here they have given a question. Two girls are playing two identical musical instruments, same musical instruments, their strings also with same pitch. Then those two, when they are playing a string, those two can form a same quality? No. Why? Because those two are playing on same strings, same identical strings, musical instruments. But that quality depends on wave form. How the wave coming, wave is clear or it is mixed with another any wave. So that is depending on wave form, how it is coming out from that musical instrument. So when they are playing, so when I played same instrument, same veena, and Veena Chittubabu also played the same. So both are same veena. Will we both get same sound, same quality? No. So when he played, his quality is more. When he is played, the music quality is more. Next, they have given one more question. If one wave frequency increased once, next they increased its amplitude also, what changes you can observe in that? When frequency increased, you can observe pitch also increased. When amplitude increased, you can observe loudness also increased. So pitch and loudness increased in that wave. So pitch means, already I told in first video, pitch is more for ladies. Ladies voice, mosquito, honeybee, wee sound. So that keech gontu, that is pitchness. Bees, all these have more pitch. Loudness depends on amplitude. So loudness is for gents, lion, all this comes under, means loudness. Gatti voice మనకి ఎట్లా వస్తుంది, జెంట్స్ వాయిస్ ఆ రకంగా వస్తే దాన్ని ఏమంటాం, we call it as loudness. Okay, till now we completed this, and next we have to continue this topic, reflection of sound and sonar, whatever medical applications, all these we will continue in next video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel.